Alright, so welcome to the live streaming session here. Now this Fibonacci measurement, it is for the daily candles range. It is basically Tuesday's trading range right here, from this high to this low. I am measuring the range. It's because that it is because if we are going to have a continuation lower, we should see a setup form below 50% of the previous day's range. However, right now, because we have taken out the previous day's low on ES and NQ, both of them, and they have accumulated below, it also means that price is probably not going to accelerate lower in the meantime. So I am looking for the PM sessions high for now. I want to see if price can reach into this area, and if I have, or if it presents any long setups into that level. Right now it's 11 a.m. and I am assuming that there are a lot of shorts in profits. And if you just take a look at how fast we dropped yesterday, it is not very well balanced, I would say, because it's only one-sided delivery, and to me it looks like manipulation. So if you take a look from the higher time frames, we have accumulation. It has left relative equal highs, and then we have this huge sell-off without any form of entries for the smart money, right? Because it was very heavy yesterday, and I am thinking that this is the manipulation before the expansion higher. So you have your AMD power of 3, right? So similar for NQ as well. I am anticipating the same, right? If you have watched my weekly forecast, you would have known that on the hard time frames, I'm actually looking for this fair value gap to be traded to on Nasdaq, and I am looking for ES to take out the all-time highs. That is my weekly bias. As of right now, nothing has changed, but we have to see order flow change to the bullish side, which is right now I think it's doing quite a good job. But just remember that this is a NFP week, so anything can happen, and whatever is going to happen will happen, right? So just be cautious. Right, so looking at the 15 minutes, we have this small little fair value gap. I'm not sure if it wants to return back into. If not, it's just going to keep on pressing higher without any form of retracements, which would be unfortunate, because that would mean that there's no entries, right, available to attack the PM sessions high. For ES, right now there isn't any 50-minute speed array that I can use except for the wick here, and then we have this swing low. If you take a look, it's a rather large range to be trading like a mini contract, so most probably I'll have to drop into the lower time frames to reduce the risk. Right now I'm just waiting to see how strong is this current direction, is this current trend. and from there I will determine whether I would like to take any long positions into the PM sessions high, yesterday's PM sessions high. Okay. So right now it's a waiting game. There might not be any setups available, but it's totally fine. Let's take a look at Euro. So for Euro, we have reached the daily CB, and if you take a look at the weekly chart, we are most likely going to attack this weekly candle's low. There is a fair value gap, and right now we are basically trading up into the premium of this candle. On the daily, we have this as your breaker on the lower time frames, because this is a swing high, and then you have a higher swing high, and then you have this shift in the market structure, and this right here would be your bearish order block. Right, so we have traded into this level here, and I'm watching for the 1 hour. Right, so I want to see if we have any change in the state of delivery on a 1 hour to attack this low down here on the weekly time frame. Right, best case scenario is we take out this high right here before any form of drop, because I don't like how it's very equal here. It's not like a deep stop hunt. Usually stop hunts, the true ones, are very deep. So in this case here, I don't think it's done for the upside. I still think can go slightly higher. And right here would be the invalidation for lower prices. On the daily, you could see that it is this fair value gap here. Right, the reason being, if you're really bearish and you're really near to a higher time frame objective, it should not reach up into that much of a premium. That is just what I think and how I feel. Right, this bearish order block, it should reject the price if it ever comes back. Okay, so that is for Euro USD. Nothing as of now. Right, I'm gonna keep track on it. Now let's take a look at NQ. If you look at the higher time frames, there isn't any SMT available for me to believe that we are right now going to reverse higher. And furthermore, we have reached into this 0.25% of the previous stage range. So a short setup could form around these levels. So I have to take note of that. If you look at this candle right here, this is the 10 a.m. candle. Today we have the news driver at 10 a.m. It has left this relative equal lows down here. I am not really comfortable with these lows. I don't really want to see it like this if it wants to trade higher. Preferably I would like to see some form of a very deep stop hunt, and then you have the SMT as well with ES. Then if it expands higher, I would more likely to trust this trend higher, right? So as of now, I want to be safe. So let's see. Notice how we have taken out this swing high and this swing high around the 25% level. Right now I'm looking to see if it wants to have a change in the state of delivery on the 5 minutes. As long as I can get a 5 minutes change in the state of delivery, I will start to hunt for the 1 minute entries. So what does it look like on 5 minutes? Right now, the 5 minutes, we have this consecutive up close candles. Any down close candle closing below this candle's low, that would confirm these 3 candles as the bearish order block. Alright, and then we will hunt the 10 AM lows and the relative equal lows below, which is also Asia's low. So I'll be working within this range here. This is Asia's low. Asia low. Oops. Low. At the same time, right now we are above daily candles opening price. This is the daily candle open, and at the same time we are way above midnight opening price, so we are in a very deep premium right now. Alright, look at how ES is failing that 5 minutes BC here. NQ as well. It's not showing any reaction of this. So it could become an inversion fair value gap. ES for now seems more bearish than NQ. I would like to see if it wants to retrace up, and then yeah, we do have this order block here. I'll be looking for this low if I am going to trade short on ES. But I would like to see at least a return into this inversion before I pull any trigger. If I don't get that return touch, right, because we only closed below at this candle here, so if it can return up and touch the low and then shift lower, I would much prefer to take that one and not this fair value gap right here. I'm just being very cautious here. In my opinion, I think that if we can close below this green candle, price is probably going to accelerate lower. From here, I don't really see any SMTs on the highs to validate any strong reversals just yet. Alright, so we have returned and tapped that old fair value gap right up here. Right now, I'm watching to see if it wants to reverse lower. Let's take a look at the 30 seconds. For NQ, it's still bullish. Because NQ is still respecting that BC in terms of the candle's body, unlike ES. Alright, ES seems like it's looking for this low here. this is your bearish order block. Stops will be above here. And I'm looking for 5 points. So from here to, let's see, about this level here, this swing low here, buy limit. Right, taking out this low, I want to see acceleration into my objective. We have a 1 minute fair value gap up here. And I like how NQ it's filling the fair value gap as well. If you look at the 5 minutes for NQ, look at this candle here. We would be closing it in about 30 seconds and it's trading below this fair value gap's low again. So I think as long as it can close below, ES is going to accelerate lower. For NQ it would be over here. 3 more seconds. Alright, perfect. This stop hunt here, it's guaranteed. I don't like how it's teasing the low here. But I understand that we do have this inefficiency that has yet to be traded too. Okay, right now it has to drop. NQ has traded up into that inversion fair value gap as well, so we should see speed. For NQ, this low here would be the target. right? For ES, I want to see speed. I don't want to see like a tap and return back into the range. I don't like this price action here. I prefer it to close below this consecutive green candles, assuming that the next candle is another down close candle. Because we have taken this low here, I'm going to roll my stops to just above this fair value gap here on a 1 minute. Right, I don't want any surprises. Okay, we're closing below the opening price, which is a good sign. I'm going to shift it here. I want to see it accelerate below this low here, because we have the volume imbalance down here as well. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to shift my stops to this order blocks high. Come on now. As long as NQ has the room to drop, ES should drop more than NQ. Because ES is the one that is more bearish. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so just a few points here and there. Let's see. Trade settings, executions. Right here, this is my target here. Let's see if we can tag this volume imbalance, because NQ has yet to take out the lows here. Alright, so from this level, 5.4942.75, so 9.2, that is 7 points. 7 points for ES, and yes, there you go. This volume imbalance is met. Alright, and with this, I am going to end the session here. I'm pretty much done for today, right? Unless there is something else that is going to suggest that we run the Asia slow. If not, that's it for today. Right, I hope you enjoyed this. This is like a step-by-step process on how I look for buyers, short-term buyers, how I treat retracements and stuff like that, if it is a retracement and not a reversal. But right now it is looking like a reversal. So yep, just remember, I mean, if you're still trading, just remember that we have relative equal lows down here for Asia, and the 10 o'clock news failed to drive price down below here, so there is going to be a lot of sell stops down here. Okay, and at the same time, we have hit the daily 25% range for continuation models, which means If you look at the daily chart, you have a large down close candle, right? How would you anticipate that for today? Are we going to continue to go lower and continue this trend in this direction? You have to use the candles range, and then you look at the 25% and you wait. You wait for a stop hunt near the 25%, and then you see if price wants to reverse, right? So yep, that's pretty much it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again.